I'm like, okay guys, go like this. And then we go number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And then so I do it first and then they copy me. And then I'm like, okay guys, now let's do 3. And then they go like this with their 3rd finger or their 5th finger or whatever. And we do that. And then we do cookie dough, which I can show you guys. It's like a song for finger numbers. And it's called cookie dough.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3.
It like goes through each finger. Like we all sit in a circle and they go like this. 1, 1, 1, 1.
Now,
and then they do 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And I'm like, I always make them say 2 or the number really loudly. 2, 2, 2, 2. And then sometimes we're like, okay, let's just do left hand, bounce your left hand or your right hand. Yeah, and they usually like it. So we do that in the beginning. And then a lot of times they don't know the rights and lefts. It's like we all stand in one line like this. Like, okay guys, copy me. And then I say, raise your left hand. And then they're like, oh, I don't know. And then they get it. I'm like, okay, put it down. And then put it back up. And put it back down. Left hand, right hand, left hand. And then we do that for a while until they can get it. And then if they're still having trouble, I like have them face me and I'm like, okay, high five my left hand. High five my right hand. Now high five each other with your left hand, or like shake your left hands. So we do that. And then we have worksheets. And we have like one's just coloring, and it has like the fingers, and they all have like, oh, this is the one where they put the numbers on the hands, and then they have to put left hand or right hand. But this worksheet's kind of weird because sometimes you can't really tell which one's a thumb and which one's a pinky. Or at least they can't, like these hands.
Yes.
So you just kind of have to like tell them. But
that's not my favorite worksheet
finger
too.
painting.
Yeah, finger
finger painting's what we usually do first. And then there's the first one, which has like, the key. Oh wait, that's not it. Where's the one with the colors? There's one that you just like color.
I think it's just finger. Yeah.
Finger numbers.
Mm-hmm. That's the one. Nope.
No. Well, hold on. I have it in that folder.
I think it is maybe this.
Yeah, it's like that, and then there's another one.
It's this and this.
Yeah.
And then we print.
Yeah. So I usually print that before.
So you do control print and
yeah. And they get a sticker every time they do a worksheet correctly. And then after we do finger numbers, we do like black keys and white keys. So I'm like, I asked one of them, what's one color of the piano keys? And they were white, and another one says black. And then I tell them that we're gonna do black keys first. So I press these and I say, how many keys am I touching? They say 2. And I do that for all the 2s. And then I do the same thing with 3s. And I ask them, I go like one at a time, so I'm like, Zach, how many keys am I touching? And then Dylan, how many keys am I touching? And I do that. So then I ask them, are there any like 5 key? Like, are there 5 black notes anywhere? And they're like, no. And I'm like, are you sure? They're like, yeah. And then I just tell them there's this one weird guy with 1, but whatever. And then I have them go 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And then each of them does it once, and then sometimes they like it when I go like, okay Dylan, you do these, and then Zach does these, and they're like running around over each other, like trying to press them. So that's fun. And then we do the worksheet that's like 2 blackbirds.
Mm-hmm.
So right after we do the 2s, they have to circle all the 2s on the keys on the worksheet. And then we do the 3s, and then we do the same thing I just said, but with 3s. Then we do 3 blackbirds. And then I tell them just do random ones, like 3s or 2s or 3s or 2s. And then we do the worksheet that you have to like match the 3s and the 2s, like the pigs. Yeah. And so after we do that, I tell them to find the name on the piano. And because that's where they put their left hand 2s, 2 and 3 on the 2s. Because there's so many 2s. And they need to figure out which fingers to put them. So I tell them to put their 2s right underneath the name, and then their 3s right on top. And we do that. And then I have water lily and I tell them, okay, like press my right hand 3 or my left hand 3, and then they press my finger, and we do the whole song like that. And then I play the song on the computer, and then we listen to it, and then I press their fingers. And then I have one of them, when one of them's playing, I'm pressing their fingers. I have the other kid help me, because I say the hand and they say what number. So I say left hand, and then like, can you help me? What number is he supposed to play? And then they say 3, 2. So one of the kids, I'm pressing their fingers, and the other one's like saying the numbers with them so they remember it. And then they switch, and we do the opposite. And then we do it with the song a few times, and then they try it by themselves. Yeah. And then for a week, they practice this with this version. And the next week, we have like we do the quarter notes and half notes and whole notes. And then we do the underlining, we do all those worksheets. And then they do this version of Water Lily. And I write in lines when they have to switch hands. And they have to underline before they play it. And then now that we have those like toys, they like clap it or they hit the drum and they count, and they really like that where they shake the, so that's fun for them. And then they try to play it with this version. And then the capo thing. So like the water lily on this is like fast, and they usually can't play along with it. But there's capo, which is right.
Do you know this capo?
So like capo, you open it first, and then you can drag any of these songs onto capo. Like
To make it slow.
yeah, and you can slow it down. And then like right here, you like slow it down to like 80% or something, or whatever you think.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, go.
Balance one
And you
on
can make it
fingertip,
faster.
press the little chocolate.
Not while they're doing it, but sometimes I do that just to mess with them.